Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I have for you the Essie Expressie Word on the Street collection. These polishes were sent to me by Essie PR, and again, we're sitting on the floor in my bedroom next to a window. So this is what we have today. As you guys know, sometimes I gotta film wherever I can. So anyways, let's get into them. It's 6 creams, and that's it. I'll tell you guys my thoughts as I go over them because there's some of these that I'm like, Anyways, let's go over them. All right, first up we have Send a Message, and this one, I don't know what Essie describes it as. I'm going to put the description down here, but when I first saw it, I was like, this looks like ketchup. I'm not a fan of this color. I have to be honest. It's not brick enough for me to like it. It's not red enough for me to like it. It's just precisely in that between of like a red that's pulling too much orange, but it's not bright enough for me to like it. It's just like a mid-tone red with orange undertone that's giving me ketchup vibes. Now, it's a acrylic formula. The formula is great, so if you like this color, you're not gonna have any trouble with it. I'm just not a fan of the color itself. So, I'm sorry, but that's just, it is. Again, remember, color preferences are just personal. It's not a fact, okay? Somebody else might see this color and absolutely love it. Up next, we have Spray It to Say It, and I think there was a mistake. It was a very happy mistake, but this polish, they sent it to me with a brush from the regular Essie line. If you compare it to the Essie Expressie brushes that we all know by now, they're a little bit slanted on purpose. This one is the straight regular brush, which I prefer over the Essie Expressie. I have decided that I'm not a fan of these brushes. I mean, I can make them work, but that's not a good enough reason. Just because I can make it work, I have a lot of experience with polishes. So do all swatchers, right? Swatchers can make any brush work, but it doesn't mean it's the best. I think I've decided that I don't like the Expressie brushes. But anyways, back to this color. Say It to Spray It. It was a fantastic formula. No complaints at all about this one. Very pretty color. It's like a mid-tone, kind of like pink maybe, magenta pink with like purple undertones. I have no idea. I'm gonna put the Essie's description in the corner. You guys can see what they say. They're usually pretty good at describing their colors. So anyways, but the formula is very, very good on this one. All right, up next we have Word on the Street. This is the namesake of the collection. Very pretty color, and it reminds me of the blue that we just saw in the Essie, I think it was Cyber Society collection. Yeah, there's a blue. Excuse the doors in the background and the noise, you guys. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Anyways, this one was not my favorite formula, actually. When you look at the one from the Cyber Society collection, that was an absolute perfect one-coat cream blue. This one lacks a little bit. It's a little bit watery. It was like kind of streaky in the first coat, and which is, I mean, okay, let me be honest. It's not the worst. Like, you can work with it. But when you compare it to another Essie color that was literally like perfection in one coat, it's like, why do you even exist? Like, you're not better than the other one from the same brand. So it's like, I would never recommend this when there's another Essie that's like 10 times better. Maybe like not 10 times better, okay, I'm exaggerating, but maybe like 5 times better. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put a little swatch of the one I'm talking about up next, just so that you guys see what I'm saying. Now, this one has more of a crelly finish to it. It's kind of like jelly squishy in the first coat, and then it builds up to, to opacity, but it's kind of like watery and streaky. Anyways, you guys are gonna compare it to the other blue and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. All right, the next one is Outside the Lines, and this one is a red tone yellow. So whenever they say yellow with red undertones, it just means that it leans a little bit orange. That's all. This one had a typical yellow formula. Not the best, not the worst. It wasn't anything epic, but I mean, yellows are usually pretty bad. So this one wasn't pretty bad. It was just like normal yellow bad. And add to that the fact that the slanted brush thing, I don't know, man. That is just not for me. I've realized, like, whenever I'm removing polish from the brush to apply it, I never know, okay, which side is the one that I'm supposed to use. It's just not my favorite. I'm sorry. I really wish they would, like, just get rid of these brushes. Just do what you did with this one by mistake and just give me regular Essie brushes, which are like one of the best in the game right now. Like this slanted little brush is like, do I sound annoyed? I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound annoyed, but I kind of am, because like unnecessary. Like, I feel like brushes isn't the brand's best interest to provide the best brush possible, because that makes your formulas look better. When you're messing around with the brushes you're giving people extra trouble that they don't really need, and it's kind of like takes away from your quality for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, all right, up next we have Unapologetic Icon, and this one was patchy, it was streaky, and maybe a little bit stringy, which is like, come on, why? Anyways, in the bottle it looked like it had an off-white kind of sense to it, but on the nail it looks just white. So I haven't looked at Essie's description of these, which again, remember, I'm gonna put it in the corner down here, but I'm curious to see what they're saying. I don't know if they would classify it as just a white or as an off-white, but either one seems okay, you know. Anyways, I did get it even in opaque in 2 codes, but Essie has better, you know. I'm sorry, Essie has better whites. All right, up next we have World Essay Canvas, and it has a similar formula to the blue, where the first coat is going to be a little bit uneven and you're going to need 2, but then on the second coat it did build up opacity and looked very good, so I can't complain. But I don't know, comparing to like other Essie creams and even Crellies that I've seen lately, feels a little bit lacking to be an Essie. To be honest, I don't really know what's the difference between what they put inside these Expressies, but they're kind of hit and miss for me. I have some that are like absolute 1-coaters, and then I have some that are like, why, you know? Anyways, but it's a beautiful color. It's gonna be fine in 2 coats. It's nothing bad or anything, but I'm just kind of like a little bit biased based on the other Essie collections that I've just recently reviewed, you know? All right, I want to give some thoughts on these because I don't mean to sound like I'm annoyed or anything. I'm not. Well, maybe I am a little bit, but the problem is I think I'm like super biased because I have just reviewed for you guys 3 other Essie collections that were like perfect. Like I was like a broken record. Like, these are perfect. These are perfect. And seeing some that are not is normal. This is why I don't like to blanket recommend or blanket bash a brand, because I feel like you have to take it collection by collection, and even within a collection, polish by polish, to be honest about, you know, the quality of them. So I'm not surprised that it happened, but I'm just like, damn it, man. I just did like 3 collections that were perfect, and now you're giving me one color that's like the same as the one you just gave me, but it's a worse formula. Like, why? You can do better. We know it. You just showed me that you could do better. But anyways, overall, if I have to recommend something here, I would say I'm gonna like unrecommend these 2. Please, I mean, in my opinion, they're hard to work with for no reason. And then I feel like these 4, they're okay, with this one and this one probably being better formulas. But anyways, any of these 4, if you like it, you're not gonna have trouble painting. These 2, I would say they're not beginner friendly. But anyways, overall, after swatching this collection, I realized that I do not like or do not prefer the slanted brush that comes in the Expressie line. I feel like they would be much better if they just were like this one, which has the regular, you know, Essie brush, which is a fantastic brush. That's my thoughts. I settled on it when reviewing this collection. In the past, I never really knew. When people asked me about the brush, I was like, it doesn't seem to help, but it doesn't seem to bother me. But this time, it did bother me. So there's that. I feel like the reason why they bother me is since, you know, they had some formulas that were kind of like tricky to work with. I noticed how important a good brush would have been for those, you know. Again, thank you to the Essie team for sending these to me for review, and thank you guys for coming, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!